Hey guys, you're welcome to the freshest podcast on the planet. I'm Pro Cardi.
And I'm Kelvin.
And of course, this is just my POV.
POV.
Kelvin, what do you think about chemistry? Like, is there anyone that you've actually ever met that you kind of feel like, no, I don't like this person. My energy and this person, it's not giving.
Um, well, that doesn't happen all of the time, but
Mhm.
sometimes I actually meet someone and I'm like, no, I don't like the person.
For
And
real?
this is not because of the person did anything in particular. No, the person actually doesn't have to do anything. Sometimes your spirit just does not resonate with the person you meet. You understand? Like
Mhm.
some people, to me personally, and anytime I feel that way, I figure out that if I turn a blind eye to it, at the end of the day, there's actually something very shady the person is doing at the back.
Okay, so do you think
Mm-hmm.
that is okay? Because I,
It's
I feel
normal.
I
Oh.
feel like hang on a minute. So I feel like yeah, there are some people that you may not like or be attracted to or like
Mm-hmm.
feel their energy. But I personally don't feel like it's okay for you to treat them standoffish a little bit. You get what I mean? Because I know
Right.
that generally, when you like meet somebody and then you don't really feel the person's energy, sometimes you're kind of like, you know what, I just don't like her energy. And then you just keep it moving and then give the person attitude the whole time. There's no reason for that. I
Yeah,
mean,
I
you can keep it
understand.
civil, but then.
You see, yeah, so it's one thing to not like someone, it's
Hmm.
another thing to make the person uncomfortable
Aha, that's what I'm
about
saying. That's what
because
I'm
okay,
saying.
so I feel it's okay for you to not like somebody, but I feel like you're the one who doesn't like the person. So you should do the work of excusing yourself. If you don't
Like,
like someone, exit the premises because if the person felt uncomfortable about your presence, the
uh-huh.
person wouldn't be there. Do
Yeah,
you
but
understand?
if you like have business with the person, come on. I mean, living life in
Eh,
like in the world is inevitable.
right.
for you to for you to work with people, you need to work with people. You see them, you interact, you do whatnot. So there's no option of you exiting the building. You just have to manage that
And that's
emotion.
where you guys have to work together to make things work. I just respect the person,
Mm.
be there for the job you guys are there to do, and just don't
But
make it anything deeper than that. Because I feel like when you already know you do not like this person, I personally get irritated. Like if I don't like you, my body will be biting me.
okay,
Believe
so
me.
so already
So
when you overlook it, that the person is doing something shady at the back, but the person hasn't even messaged. The person does not even know you. How would the person be doing something
okay,
shady?
that reminds me.
Hey,
There's
Kelvin,
someone
now for
who
you.
actually messaged me on Instagram. The
Mm-hmm.
person does the person does commentaries on like some stuffs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to be specific because
Don't
the
be.
person will actually know. So this person actually messaged me and the person has not done anything. As a matter of fact, I actually appreciate this person's craft. But guess what?
So
I don't like this person. And it's for a number of reasons. The person's aesthetic just does not,
now you're now saying the truth.
sometimes you just
Ah,
can't be friends with a particular person. And it's not because of the person just
I
doesn't fit.
beg,
It
bro.
just
I
doesn't fit the
beg.
plot.
It's
It no
because you
follow
are
at
judging the
all.
person's aesthetics
This has
because you
nothing
feel
to do
like
with
it doesn't
judgment.
flow with
Also, I
you.
feel like the
Ah,
person's mindset, I've already concluded that it doesn't matter what this person is coming up with. I'm just not interested.
yeah, because you don't like the person's aesthetics. That's what you said. Like,
Well,
come on. And you can't
that's
be
why
judging
I'm
people
Gen
based on
Z.
that.
Excuse
You
you.
can't
We
be
do
judging.
things solely based on the aesthetic,
so do
period.
you see so do you see how shallow that is? Extremely shallow.
That one is applicable
And it
to who
lacks
it's applicable
no,
to.
it lacks depth and it's very shallow,
You see,
honestly.
if anything in the long run makes myself and this person eventually meet in reality,
Hmm.
and the person gives off a good vibe, one that I can, you understand, like tolerate, and then it's all right.
So that's what I
It's all
mean
right.
when I already
But
said that it's
sometimes you
shallow.
just don't want to try. Like I'm not willing to try.
Nobody's forcing you, but like I
Well,
said, judging people based on their aesthetics is kind of crazy.
so we live in a generation where body modification is like the rule of the day, right? And
Yeah.
and when we talk about body modification, I'm
Hmm.
particular about cosmetic procedures. Like this is
Hmm.
like anything we do to like, you understand, our
Yeah,
body
to
for
enhance.
aesthetic
Yeah,
purposes,
yeah.
right? And it leaves me wondering because you ask people questions and they're like, I did it because of I want to improve the way I look, or so it leaves
Hmm.
me wondering, do you think cosmetic procedures are done as a result of insecurities?
Of course. Of course.
Mm,
So first off, everybody has what they're insecure about. There's nobody in this world that's perfect. So for this
mm-hmm.
reason, where you find that there are some issues where you're like, oh, I don't like this part of my body, or I don't like this thing about me, you might want to go and modify it. While a lot of people like to say, oh no, I feel like I'm so great, I feel like I've got it together, but still, I just want to go and do not lie. You cannot deceive me because I know.
I know,
You get
right?
me? Now, the thing about
Yeah.
doing cosmetic procedures, I actually love it. I think that is good because I get to see these people living their best lives once they've done it. Like, these girls are cashing out big time. And I'm kind of like, there are some of us who are like, real. And but anyways, we're living our lives too, and we're living a really good life. But what I'm trying to say in general is clearly it's because you're insecure. Even people who get like rhinoplasty,
Yeah.
even when they do like Botox and whatnot, they're definitely insecure. You cannot lie to me.
I kind of agree with you on that
Mm?
one because me personally, right? If I was ever going to undergo any cosmetic procedure,
Mm-hmm.
right? I would be more comfortable hiding under the umbrella of I'm improving what's like already there, That's like the popular line. I
No.
just want to enhance what already exists.
Let me help you with
But
enhancing what already exists. Go to the gym, bro.
honestly,
That's
because
what it is.
yeah, because you
Uh-uh.
can't tell me
Uh-uh.
that before you undergo any of these things for improvement purposes, you need to have assessed it, and for whatever reason you're not pleased with it, or maybe you're pleased with it, not completely.
See,
That's an
the
insecurity.
truth about enhancing what already exists is
Mm-hmm.
about going to the gym. If
Yeah.
your figure is a type of way, you go to the gym
For
to
people who
lose
sabi
weight.
raise
Yeah,
iron, no,
to lose weight or
that
to
don't work
gain
here.
weight also because the gym is for both
Yeah,
ways, right?
to bulk up, to
Yeah, and
whatever.
whatever. But if you're trying to go under the knife, you're trying to change something you don't like.
Yeah,
Simple and short. You cannot deceive me, cannot lie to me. I see
yeah,
you and I know you because I have that feeling too about certain, parts of my mind. But I don't feel like I'm perfect. I feel like
yeah,
there are a lot of things that I can work on. So
yeah,
if I eventually find myself going under the knife, it's clearly because I want to change something
yeah.
that I've tried to go to the gym
But
to
me in
get, but I have not
particular,
got it.
there are a lot of things I would change
I trust you.
under the knife,
I'm
not
excited
in
for
the
you.
gym.
I'm excited for you. Now the thing is,
Honestly, because I love it.
no.
People think it's a psychological problem, but believe me, it's very interesting. Do you know what it is? You can't go to the gym to change the shape of your nose. Like you wake up the next morning and bam,
Okay,
you know?
so the thing about someone like you don't need
Yeah.
to to go to the gym right now
Yeah,
because
because
you're
I'm
already
next
lean, you're already slim fit, and then your figure is already.
Kendall. Mm-hmm.
Anyways, as I was saying, your body is already cool. So if there's anything that you
Right.
want to do, but now I kind of hear you say that you want to do your nose. Oh.
Ye-
I say kind of
Well,
hear you say
that's failed.
that. so at least
That's
no, but that
failed.
one you can't even walk out your nose.
No, you
Forget
can't
all
walk
that
out.
shit.
Which iron?
Forget
You
all
can
that
only
shit that they
rise
always tell you.
more.
Forget all that shit that they tell you that you should massage
Yeah.
here and
By
you
the
should tie that
way,
thing and put that
yeah,
clip,
or
that peg.
fillers. And those fillers, they tell
Lie.
you that it's going to dissolve, but that makes you to have a bigger nose and a bigger nose because where is it dissolving? Other parts of your nose.
So the
Believe me. So no, if you're going to get a rhinoplasty, get it done.
so the
Don't
thing
use
about
fillers.
so the thing about fillers, it depends on the type of nose you're having
No,
issues with.
yeah,
The type of nose that you get fillers for are like those ones who like have that dent, so you
yeah.
kind of need to. That's very different from getting like a nose job. If you're trying to reduce your nose, you don't need fillers either. So those are two very separate things. But it's just making me laugh that a lot of people
Yeah,
like to hide behind
fillers.
the
And they say
idea.
plastic surgery, plastic
Yeah,
surgery. Who told you?
and they say I've never gone
Injection.
under the knife. It's I've
Excuse
only had like
you.
fillers. Nah, lie.
Big
Auntie,
lie.
you have
I
tricked yourself. You have
disagree.
put something cosmetic. It's not real. All
Oh
right.
my
But we're
god.
happy. We love you like that. Because I
Yeah.
mean, the more confident you feel and the more and the better you carry yourself, I mean, the more expressive you would also be and the more friends you would have. So for sure,
Actually.
I'm out for all of that.
And the confidence that comes with it.
Oh more if you
Fire.
see
Do
this,
you know what it is when they
hey,
can capture you from any angle and
I'm
it's
telling you,
bam?
and you're
Believe me.
100%.
My shoulder.
Oh my, let I'm telling you.
Oh
But
my.
this whole conversation is just bringing me to the next thing that I want us to talk about.
Okay.
So, you know how everyone is improving with technology where people are trying to, correct their bodies, correct their
Yeah.
looks, even with Tesla, the cars
Yeah.
that don't
Electric
electric cars that
cars.
don't use like
Yeah.
petrol and whatnot. All those improvements are absolutely great, but I know that it affects all of us individually and collectively when I say that there's an impact of technology on ships, friendships, relationships, family, because you get to parties or you get to gatherings and everyone is on their phone.
Right.
And I'm kind of like, can't we communicate? That's the reason we all came together. We can stay at home and be on our phones. But,
Yeah, I think it's depending on the angle we're looking at it from. First of all, I feel like technology has done a very, very big disadvantage to men approaching women. Let's even start from there. The fact that these days they would rather text you on Instagram, Snapchat, somewhere. It's so
so I don't
easy
agree.
than meeting somebody one on one.
So I don't agree with that. So
Okay,
the issue
why?
is because they haven't met you in person. If they meet you in person,
Right.
they can at least try to talk to you.
The
But
few that
most of
have
the
the
time,
courage.
yeah, the few that have the courage.
Exactly.
Of course, even the few that have the courage are also the few that will message you on IG. There are lots of people who I have on my
That.
IG and on my socials that are just
True.
watching. They are
That's
just like
true.
monitoring
That's true.
spirits. Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like they're just there enjoying the look. Oh, sometimes they like, sometimes they don't, and then they like, oh, it's love, 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 or it's love struck, and that's all. They don't even
Yeah.
like, hello, baby. How are you doing? None of that. But then I understand what you mean when you say that, that they would rather message you because another thing is when you put up a post, like maybe like a thirst trap, and it's not really
Right.
because of them, they get the opportunity to feel free to type some of the dumbest messages to you, which makes no sense.
And then when you confront them,
Like,
they say, then why did you post it if you don't want someone to
exactly. It's
say
not
it?
about you, bro.
She
It's
should
not
have
about
sent it to
you.
your DM if it was for
Bros,
you.
it's
Don't you
not
think
yours.
so?
Exactly. So, but
Right.
general, this is now you were even speaking about like relationships, like
Mm-hmm.
couples and whatnot.
Yeah.
But like generally speaking, it really does affect us, even in terms of like family.
Tell me.
Yeah, because like now you have your family members, but you guys have not seen in so long. You can go and
Yeah.
visit them. But you feel like because you can see your family or your cousin post on IG, you feel like you already know your cousin's story. You already know, oh, I saw you, you traveled. Ah, I saw you, you
Oh.
have come back. Oh, you get.
Like
And
they settle
yeah.
for video calls,
So that's
text,
that's
and
even that's
photos.
if they even
Call
go
you.
through the process of calling you. The truth is, a lot of times people feel like they are very familiar with you because
Yeah.
they see you on socials. It doesn't mean that they've seen you in person. And because of that, they just get carried away with that idea. Oh, I know that you traveled yesterday. I know that you're back. I know that you went to the office. But they are not like,
That's
hello, how
true.
are you? How do you feel? How is your day going? What's
Yeah.
happening in your personal life? And you know how social media isn't really like real life. Social media is just what you want people to
Yeah. It's
see.
what you want to portray to the public that
Yeah.
they're going to work with.
Yeah. So, I mean, for you, how do you manage having tech, which is so great, by the way,
Yeah.
but then keeping real relationships that are tangible? that are
Yeah, it's fair to
strong.
say that it's a very big distraction. Like
Mm-hmm.
it just distracts people because even for people who are like dating, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The you have so many people on social media.
Yes.
So it gives you that personality that don't really exist in reality, and you're so comfortable with it. You're like, I'm that,
Oh,
you
you don't want
know,
to say the big word.
and
After saying it last
I'm that
episode,
bitch.
come on, bro.
And when in reality, you're actually not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people get carried away with those
That's where the ego
edits.
doesn't match the girl. Like, she has just too much attitude for the not so pretty outlook.
The same with the guys as well. When they are like
Yeah.
in public spaces or like in parties, maybe like you go out with your friends, you go to like the strip now, and then all of you are spraying money. You go come see the guy go like, "Hey, I'm a badass," and they carry the money and do like, "Tell 'em what."
Yeah.
And I'm like, bruh. You're sleeping on mattress, so you didn't do bed. You didn't
Yeah.
do bed frame.
Specifically, all those content creator boys.
Yes.
Yeah.
you know
I
but
agree.
I kind of feel like we should do better in terms of like keeping in touch with
Can we
our with
pause?
friends, family, different people. Like, let's leave this idea of social media is great and I love it so much. I'm very active on my own socials, so you can tell. But then I feel like we need to be more in touch with each other, our emotions, how we feel, how we make other people feel as well.
Right.
And there are so many people on your like IG. Like now, I have over like 200 how many thousand.
Thousand
Yeah,
followers.
so I can
Right.
like just flip and see so many people. But when I make a decision to come out and look for you, I'm driving to your house.
Yeah.
I'm making a deliberate effort to see you because I
Yeah.
feel, I'm feeling for you or I
So
miss you or
basically,
something.
people should always bear it in mind that before social media, there was reality.
Yeah.
And everything you have on social media, you can actually lose it in a twinkle.
Yeah.
For real.
Absolutely. So
And then
real
you're
quick.
left with just true life connections. I swear. And that's when it hits the most. And then you realize that all these people are telling you, this of Lagos, that of this, that Instagram body. Girl, there ain't gonna be nobody.
They're never
Nobody
gonna
is
be there
actually
for
going to be
you.
there for you, believe me.
They're not gonna be
I've
there
tried
for
that
you.
thing once or
I
more.
know. And I told you, but you didn't believe me.
I
And
swear,
then you
once
found it out.
bitten, twice shy.
Well, guys, let's all do better because it's very important for us to create very real connections. These real
Yeah,
connections are the things that help us out. These are the
actually.
real people that will hold your hands when you're like in real trouble. All that social media thing, nobody
It's not very sustainable, believe me.
nobody is really being honest with you. All those love struck
Hey,
heart eye,
hi.
all those
It's because they think it's going well for you.
yeah, but in real life
The moment
they are not gonna be there for you. So let's
you
all
would
do
wake
better
up.
individually, connecting,
Right.
directly with each other, calling each other, even if it's video call, FaceTime, whatever. Let's just
Yeah.
do better, all right? With that being said, guys, let's come to the end of this week's episode of Just
Just my
My POV.
POV.
But remember that you can watch this at the House Chronicles.
Of
Also, follow us on
course.
our own page at Just
Just
My
my
POV
POV.
podcast on IG
Yeah,
and
and just my POV pod
on
on
TikTok.
TikTok.
That's what it is. Until next time. Mwah.